What's up, guys? Today we'll be installing the Takata Drift harness, a street legal DOT approved 4-point harness. Let's get to it. Alright, so let's check out the harness in the car. As you can see, that Takata green looks freaking awesome. However, let's talk safety for a second. So this is a 4-point harness, meaning that there's 4 points where it's going to mount to, seat belt locations, and then also another anchor in the back. So on a 5 or 6 point, you'll also have another belt that's going to come through your crotch, which will basically prevent you from submarine in the event of an accident. So in a traditional 4-point harness, there is the possibility of submarining or basically sliding underneath your lap belt, which would cause some severe damage to your body. However, this harness has ASM technology, which means it has an anti-submarine device installed on it. So you could actually see on this tag right here, in the event of a crash, this will actually tear and this strap gets longer, which basically will convert it to pretty much act like a 3-point harness, and it'll cause your body to pitch and rotate so that you're not going to slide forward. For that reason, I would definitely only recommend this harness for the street, or if you're doing some spirited canyon runs or even auto Xing. You're going to want a 5 or 6 point if you do plan on taking this to HPDE or something like that, along with a roll bar. So let's just talk angles here. So for this strap, you're going to want it, if this is horizontal, you're going to want it between 60 and 80 degrees. So if this is 90 degrees, it should be somewhere around here. And then for the shoulder harness, if this is horizontal, you're gonna basically want it from here to 20 degrees at max. We're gonna use the seatbelt mount on the bride seat rail to mount this side of the lap belt. And then we'll mount the second lap belt to the right buckle right over there. Okay, with the lap belt points connected, what you're going to want to do is just tighten this a little bit so that the buckles will reside in the center. Next, we're going to tackle the shoulder harnesses. So for the shoulder harness belts, you might be tempted to use this strut tower bar that is OEM, and you'll see it in other cars such as the Miata. However, those are not designed for harness belts, so we will not be using that. Instead, we're going to drill a hole in this area over here and then mount an anchor point with a back-end plate from under the car. For the back-end plate, you're going to want a piece of metal that's at least 1/8 of an inch thick, and then the square will be 4x4, and then we're just going to drill a hole at the center. That way it's going to distribute all of the force to a bigger surface area instead of just one nut and bolt at the center. So keep in mind the fuel tank is right underneath this area as well as the fuel lines, so I'm just going to be really cautious, and I marked off about 1/4 inch on this drill bit just so I could go underneath and make sure it's not hitting anything before going all the way through. Alright, now that we have our pilot hole and it hasn't hit any of the fuel lines, we're going to enlarge the hole so we could fit the bigger anchor through. Alright, so we have our plate and our hole. Alright, let's walk through how we're going to get inside the car and then secure ourselves with this harness. So, first step, let's just get in. Alright, first we'll get our shoulder harnesses on, and then buckle in our lap belt. Okay, this is really important. Before you tighten your shoulder harness, you'll want to tighten your lap belt pretty much as tight as possible. This is the first and most important step. And then you'll move on to your shoulder belts, and there's these nice little pulls. You should do it at the same time, but for this video, I can't really hold the camera and do this. As you can see, I am not going anywhere. Feels pretty good. And then when you're exiting the car, you'll first loosen each shoulder harness, then release the lap belt buckle, and then basically put the shoulder harness belts over the seat cushion, as you can see right here. And then you want to make sure that the belt won't get caught in the door. Well, that was a pretty easy install, just how I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.